If you thought clowns were scary before, trust me, you will be afraid of them now. It. So the movie It takes place in the fictional town of Derry, Maine, where an evil entity, an evil creature, a being that feeds on the fear of children every 27 years is living under this town, and a group of kids known as the Losers Club decide to band together and face not only their fears, but this creature head on. I can't get over how good this movie was. And I keep thinking of the word fear. This movie is very frightening. It's fearful. It's not so much scary. There are a couple jump scares here and there because I feel like it combines a classic style of terror and fright and mixes it with some new age jump scares. And I think it plays it off very well. I don't think it's overdone on either end. It really gives us a sense that horror movies are not dead yet. There are great horror movies out there, and It is definitely one of them. I want to talk about the kids. These kids were amazing. When I first watched the trailer, I thought that these kids were just going to be terrible. And I like that a lot of people are comparing these kids to the Goonies. Me personally, these are the kids from Stand By Me, which was, of course, another Stephen King adaptation. I mean, they are serious actors. These kids are great. I thought Billy was excellent. I thought Beverly was excellent. I thought Ben was freaking awesome. But Richie, this kid, made this freaking movie. This kid was awesome. In case you don't know, this is the kid from Stranger Things. He was freaking awesome. He was the best actor of the entire Losers Club. Watch the chemistry between these kids, because it felt so organic. It felt so realistic. If the entire movie was crap, these kids would have made it good, at best. But this movie was great. Everything was good about this movie, so this movie was just great on all levels. The problem I have, though, is that when part 2 comes out, it's supposed to be 27 years later, which means we're going to have to find adult versions of these child actors, and that upsets me. Because these kids are excellent. I want to see what these kids would do next. So, I'm upset by that. I like that this movie was a standalone movie. I like that they incorporated just the first half of the book, the youth, the young portions. Now they're going to touch base on the older portions in the second film. I think Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was fantastic. Tim Curry is a whole nother level, but I thought Bill Skarsgård was excellent as Pennywise. I thought he paid a great tribute to Tim Curry's Pennywise. He toned it down a little bit. Just a little. He wasn't as funny, as zany, or quirky as Pennywise was. The comedy and the laughter came from the kids. When Pennywise showed up, the laughing stopped. At first, looking at him in the trailer, he did look a lot more terrifying than Tim Curry did as Pennywise. But maybe that, I think, it's a tribute to the original film. It's a tribute to Tim Curry. They kept it on. It's one of its favorite characters, so he portrays him sporadically throughout the film. I like that this film takes place 27 years from the original, in case anyone didn't catch that. I like that this film takes place in the 1980s. Basically, it's a tribute to all of us that have actually seen the original film. That's what this was to me. When it takes place in the 50s, we're not going to really get that. And of course, we grew up watching the original with Tim Curry, and then you jump to now, and it takes place in the 80s. I mean, come on. They're giving this movie to people like me. to people like us that love horror movies and grew up watching the original. I mean, that's what this movie is for. And thank you. It was awesome. Thank you very much. But seriously, guys, I cannot get over how good this movie was. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard for me to feel fear, especially in a crowded movie theater, which everyone was feeling the exact same way. You know something is about to happen because you see it or you see Pennywise. And then something happens. And then the scene changes. And then something. You look at one another, it's like, oh my god, what's next? Is it safe to say that we all know Georgie is going to die? Because he does die in the trailer. So in the case like that, here we go. This is the only thing I want to talk about with the movie. The scene with Georgie, I thought was toned down in the original, which made sense. It's a made-for-TV movie. They did not care in this film. When it got a hold of Georgie and basically ripped off his arm, you saw everything. And when it finally grabbed him and pulled him into the sewer, to me, that's this movie telling me that buckle up, because you're in for one wild ride. Guys, I loved it. If you've read the book, if you've seen the original, you will love it too. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. And again, don't forget to subscribe.